That was me when he just said that. Yeah, now I got hella weight.
Charlton packs it like he's about to go sturgeon. Like, here, where you gonna go out of state? Charlie, you go out of
That's
state.
my lunch bag.
Alright, cool.
Okay, so it's just after 7 a.m. on Sunday. We're just going to be heading to Yosemite, and we're going to be riding 7 or 8 deep, I think, today.
But
That's some skill. How much you charging? Oh, the handlebar? Oh, the labor? It's like $700. Just for the labor? Yeah.
That's why, because you guys took how long? Like 6 hours? 5 hours?
Hey, it's still worth this, Steve.
At least
like
7
4 hours.
No, I'm saying it was at least $600 or $700.
So a nice, safe ride, hopefully.
The handlebar is only like $300.
Oh, okay. We're just waiting for one more rider, so then that will make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bikes. It's going to be a fun one. So the ride started at about 8 a.m. out of Sacramento, and we took 99 down to the 4 and then headed east and hit the 120, which is where we pick up the ride now. Like I said, there was 8 riders, and for me personally, it was my first time to Yosemite. I think I was the only one out of everyone who went, which in total I think was 12 people. Once you get onto the 120, that's when the views start to become really quite breathtaking and the roads become a lot more interesting. So right now we just passed through Lake Tahoe, which is part of Copperopolis. I hope I said that right. And as at this point you start to get into some twisters, and the views, like I said, became spectacular. So at this point we're hitting New Priest Grade Road, which is where the serious twisters are before you hit Yosemite. Twisters is one thing, but when you've got like a cliff on the other end, on the other side, without any barrier a lot of the time, for someone like me who doesn't like heights, it's pretty daunting, so you just keep your eyes on the road. First time I actually got to look at the view was actually when I was looking at the video and doing the editing for this. the better the views got. You can see all the bikes trailing there in the background down the road. Awesome view back. And then as we come around this corner, you can see on the range that's running parallel to us, there's another road with vehicles going up and down from somewhere else. I'm not quite sure what road that is, but obviously going to and from Yosemite, I would assume. So you can tell with the gap between all the bikes, obviously people were going at their own pace. A lot of the riders in our group were relatively new, so a lot of people taking it very carefully, being very cautious, and rightly so. This road is not something to be trying to do too fast if you're not at that point in your riding career. So it was at this point, even though our group was very spread out, it was apparent that we'd lost half the group. We did have Bluetooth comms on, but for whatever reason, I guess they failed. And we did stop further up the road here and wait for them to catch up.
Just stopping to get some gas. 26 miles out from Yosemite now, so we're almost there.
So this is us approaching the line to get into Yosemite, which really was quite short. I think it took maybe 5 minutes to get into the park and be on our way.
In the park. So now we're going to try and find tunnel view. Got no reception, but the bikes seem to know where we are, so I guess that's a clue for us. Otherwise we just follow everybody else. It is beautiful, beautiful weather. Bikes are running good. No complaints at all.
Here we are going down Big Oak Flat Road, which is the road that takes us down into Yosemite Valley. So getting access was easy. It was $30 a motorcycle. I think it's $35 for cars, and that is good for 7 days, I believe. So this is the first of 3 tunnels heading down into Yosemite Valley. This is the longest one. And of course, as a motorcyclist, it would be rude not to rev your engine as you go through, and I believe every single bike did that. So once you come through that first tunnel, going down the road into Yosemite Valley, as you approach the second tunnel, that's when the views really start to hit home and you suddenly realize you are in Yosemite National Park. So as you can tell, the roads are pretty quiet. This was taken in the first weekend of October, and obviously although it's open all year round, October is one of the quieter times to go. You're not going to see so many waterfalls, etc. But the temperature was around 80 degrees. It was perfect, and because there was lack of lines, obviously it just made that day trip experience to Yosemite much easier than I anticipated.
So we're at Tunnel View. Check this out. It's freaking amazing.
So this is the shot that made Ansel Adams, the famous black and white photographer, so famous. You got Al Capitaine there on the left, and you have Half Dome all the way there at the back, and then there's the Bridal Veil Falls, which are running dry at this time of year, unfortunately. But to have those three awesome images right there really put Ansel Adams on the map.
Does she look good?
Chow hooked us up with lunch. Check it out.
Yeah.
No, Chow did bring watermelon. He wasn't just joking.
I really did.
Oh,
That was a.
thank you, Chow and Shawnee. That's awesome.
Once everybody was suitably full from the kindness of Chow Yan and Shawnee providing all the food for everybody, we got back on the bikes and started to make the 170-mile trip back to Sacramento. I can honestly say, after having a one-day experience in Yosemite, to have the opportunity to do a one-day trip from Sacramento is awesome. Sacramento is a fantastic location in California that allows us to go all over these wonderful places where people come from all over the world. But Yosemite was a marvelous way to cap the riding season. And I can honestly say, doing it on a Harley Davidson is the only way to go. And we were blessed to have 8 Harley Davidsons on the road that day, and everyone had a fantastic time looking at the awesome scenery and hanging together as a group. I don't know where the next trip's going to take us. What I do know is I'm going to be doing it on a Harley Davidson. Please like, subscribe, comment on this video, as well. Be sure to be putting more up in the near future. And there's a big one coming next year in 2023. That's Sturgis. Here we come.